I'm Summer, 30 years old. Last week, I walked into my own birthday party to discover it was actually my trial. 75 relatives. Not a single smile. My father handed me a folder with D&E results and said, "You're not ours. Pay us back $500,000. My mother snatched my car keys. My sister filmed everything for TikTok. I stood there, surrounded by 75 people I called family. And not one defended me, but then a man stepped from the crowd. A man my parents swore had been dead since before I was born. My biological father. And he didn't come empty-handed. The setup 4 weeks earlier, my sister, Brianna, called while I was charting vitals in the ICU. Summer, oh my God. Mom and Dad are throwing you a surprise party for your 30th. They're inviting everyone. Literally the whole family. I almost dropped my coffee. In 30 years, my parents had never thrown me a birthday party. Not for my 18th, not my 21st, not even when I graduated nursing school top of my class, but Brianna's 21st. A $15,000 extravaganza at the Riverside Country Club. Dad gave a speech about his little princess. My 21st? Quiet dinner at home. Mom made meatloaf. Brie, are you sure? I know, right? That's what makes it so special. They said turning 30 is a big deal. After we hung up, I thought, maybe things are changing. Maybe they finally see me. Had no idea that party would prove the exact opposite. The money trail for 7 years as an ICU nurse. I'd sent $500 home every month. $42,000 total. Never asked for it back. That's what family does, right? Meanwhile, Brianna, with 50,000 Instagram followers and 0 paying jobs, lived in our parents' basement. Never contributed a dime. Last month, Dad gave her $8,000 for her content creation business. 3 years ago, when my car broke down, I asked to borrow $2,000. Dad looked at me like I'd asked for a kidney. You're independent, Summer. Figure it out. So I did. Took out a loan, worked extra shifts, paid it off myself. Mom's voice echoed. Brianna's still finding herself. She needs support. You don't need anything. You're the capable one. The capable one. Translation, the one they could ignore. 3 days before the party, I got life-changing news. I was being considered for charge nurse. But I needed a professional recommendation letter. Dad offered to write it. I'll give it to you at your birthday party. Make it a special moment. Anything for my girl. He never called me that before. That was Brianna's title. I bought a new navy dress. Spent weeks filling a leather photo album as a gift for them. Always giving. Always trying to earn what should have been freely given. The trial the Grand Oak restaurant glittered. I walked through, expecting streamers and cake. Instead, silence. 75 faces turning toward me. Nobody smiling. No decorations. Just a long table with a single red folder. My parents stood behind it like prosecutors. Dad held a microphone. A woman in the corner operated a camera. Summer, sit down. We need to talk. I sat in a chair position like a defendant's. Do you know why we invited 75 people here tonight? My birthday? No, to serve as witnesses. He pulled out a document. This is a DNA test. Your mother and I submitted samples 3 months ago. He held it up. You are not our biological daughter. The room erupted in whispers. What? That's impossible. You're not ours, Summer. You never were. Mom stepped forward, face twisted. We took you in, raised you, gave you everything, and you repaid us by slandering us to your friends. Dad slid out another paper spreadsheet. This is everything we spent raising you. Food, clothing, education, housing. $500,000, and we want it back. Mom lunged, prying my car keys from my hand. This car, you bought it with money from a job you got through your father's connections. Technically, it belongs to us. I paid for that car myself. Every payment. Your salary comes from the hospital where Gerald was a board member. Without him, you'd be nothing. 75 relatives. Not one moved. Uncle Robert nodded. She's got a point. Your father opened a lot of doors. Brianna appeared, Phone inches from my face, red recording light blinking. Smile for the camera, sis. This is amazing content. My followers are losing their minds. She was live streaming. Thousands watching. My humiliation broadcast in real time. The stranger, that's when I noticed him. A man in the corner in expensive charcoal suit. About 60, silver-streaked hair. Strong jaw. His eyes were fixed on me with something like pain. I didn't recognize him. Who is that man? I asked, pointing. Dad's face flickered. No one. Focus, Gerald. The stranger's voice cut through the room, deep and commanding. The entire restaurant went silent. My father went pale. Not yet, the man said gently. Let her finish asking questions first. Who let him in? Mom grabbed Dad's arm, but the man watched me and I saw something in his expression. Hope. He knew me. Somehow, he knew me. The questions. You said I'm not your biological daughter. That you have DNA proof. I leaned forward. So, who are my biological parents? They abandoned you, Mom said quickly. They didn't want you. That's not what I asked. Who are they? Dead, Dad answered too fast. Both of them. Car accident. Interesting. So, if they're dead, whose DNA did you compare mine against? Silence. DNA tests require comparison samples. You can't just test my blood and declare I'm not yours. You need something to compare it to. So whose DNA did you use? The crowd shifted. Confused looks. The logic was landing. That's not your concern. A dead person's DNA? How did you get it? Did you exhume a body? Or, I paused. Is one of my biological parents not dead at all? In the corner, the man took a step forward. My father looked truly afraid. Brianna's voice shattered the tension. Oh my God, this is getting so good. So basically, someone contacted Dad 3 months ago. I think it was a lawyer, and they've been planning this whole reveal since. Brianna. Mom screeched. Turn that off. I turned to my sister. 3 months ago, someone contacted Dad. Who? Brianna's eyes went wide. I wasn't supposed to. I saw an email. Some law firm. Something about end of agreement and mandatory disclosure. What agreement? What mandatory disclosure? The man in the suit moved closer. 10 feet away now. His eyes were wet. When I looked at him, really looked, I saw my eyes. You're not dead, I whispered. He shook his head, tears streaming. No, sweetheart, I'm not. The truth. Allow me to introduce myself. His voice filled the room. My name is Marcus Whitfield, and I am Summer's biological father. The room exploded. You're supposed to be dead. Is that what they told you? His jaw tightened. I have never been dead. I've been waiting 30 years for this day. He's lying. Mom screamed. He's a con man. Gerald, Marcus turned to Dad, something cold in his tone. Would you like to tell her the truth? Or should I? Silenced out, Marcus pulled out a photograph, a young woman with my face, my eyes. This was your mother. Catherine Hayes. We loved each other. When she became pregnant, her family disapproved. They forced her to give you up. His assistant handed him a manila folder. Gerald, you just demanded Summer repay $500,000 for raising her. Marcus opened the folder. Interesting. Because according to my records, you've already been paid. He held up bank statements. Wire transfers. $1,500 every month for 28 years. That's over $500,000. Starting in 1996, ending last year, the crowd stirred. These are wire transfer records. Every payment documented. And Linda's signature confirming receipt. I turned to Mom. You received money for 28 years? It was compensation. For taking you in unwanted? Marcus's voice cut like a blade. I begged to keep her. I begged to raise her myself. But your family demanded I wait until she turned 30. They demanded I stay away. His voice cracked. And I agreed because I thought you would love her. He pulled out an envelope, old and yellowed. Your mother, Catherine, passed away when you were 5. Cancer. Before she died, she wrote you a letter. I took it with shaking hands. My dearest Summer, if you're reading this, I'm no longer with you. I'm sorry, baby girl. You were never unwanted. Never a mistake. From the moment I knew you existed, you were the greatest gift of my life. Your father, Marcus, is a good man. Please don't blame him. He wanted you. He always wanted you. Live with courage. Be kind, be strong. Know that I'm watching over you. I love you. Always. Mom, I pressed the letter to my chest, tears streaming. For the first time that night, I didn't feel alone. I felt found. The receipts. I need to say something. Aunt Dorothy stood, clutching her purse. I've kept your secrets for 30 years, Linda. I can't anymore. She pulled out papers, bank receipts, wrinkled and faded. Every month, Linda asked me to pick up wire transfers and cash. She told me it was life insurance. Dorothy, sit down. I found out the truth 5 years ago. I saw Marcus's name. I confronted Linda. She blackmailed me into silence. I stared at Mom. You knew. All this time, you knew I had a father who wanted me, who was paying for my care. And you let me believe I was unwanted. We raised you. We fed you with his money. You raised me with his money and still treated me like I was nothing. I stood. You don't want $500,000 from me tonight. You wanted to get rid of me before he could tell me the truth. Dad made one last attempt. Summer, listen. We're still your family. We love you. No. The word came out calm. Final. You're the people who took money to raise me, then treated me like a burden. You lied for 30 years. You weaponized my birthday to destroy me. I looked at the crowd. 75 people. Not one stood up for me tonight. I won't forget that. I turned to Marcus. I need time. I can't call you Dad, not yet. His eyes were wet. I've waited 30 years. I can wait longer,